Alright, so I'm still doing that Petrichor world quest, and it's getting pretty interesting. So, I found some of the things I couldn't find last time that I was looking for. So where I'm actually supposed to be going now is down here, and I'm probably gonna have to fight all of them. I hope this isn't gonna be something super complicated. Damn it, I wanted that thing. Is this the stage you spoke of earlier, Ose? And are Paimon's eyes deceiving her? Or is the mural on the top still moving? It's kind of spooky. That terrifying power couldn't be escaping from here, could it, Ose? Hey, Ose, are you spacing out? It could be Aussie, but I've been saying Ose, or Osa. Because his name is like Aura, his real name is like Oranides or something. Like Ouranides. My apologies, I was distracted for a moment. Did you once perform on the stage? Is that why you're feeling nostalgic or something like that? Perhaps you were an audience member. Did you play a cat? That seems unlikely. I might have, or I might not. It was all in the past either way, utterly irrelevant. What matters now is the scent of discord I smell in the air, as though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. I fear that specifics may not only be ascertained once we have performed the score here. There's one here too? Paimon didn't notice. Well, you may have seen scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like murals, one such as before you. Oh, so the pictures are moving because it's actually a score. Yes, did we not find a blank score before? It is time now to perform it. Please do the honors. Oh god. Did I get it? No, I didn't.
The wind rises.
No, I got it. Wait. Huh. You hear it? Like the... Well, now that we have obtained the blank score, let's try inserting it into this device and begin playing. I'm gonna pet you. It says to pet him often. He looks wherever the thing is, too. Once you complete this quest, he becomes yours and you can put him in your player home or something. Not only do we have the same hardy skin, but in our veins flows the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will. Someone's coming out of the mural. It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? 1,000? This looks like the stupid guy from Honkai Star Rail, the one that everybody's all losing their minds over. Like, I forget what his name is, but that guy is basically the Scaramouche of the Honkai Star Rail universe. He has like the bluish black hair with the eyes, and he's kind of dressed like a Greek character, like somebody who's from Greek, because he has like the golden leaves in his hair, and he's dressed like that, and he wears like a white like statue mask on his head when you first meet him. I forget what his name is, but I saw him everywhere. That's what these remind me of. Still, time matters not to us at all. You may be in this small body now, but I recognize you in an instant. Yeah, so the cat we're talking to, it's a spirit inside a cat's body. That it possessed the cat because it didn't have a body of its own. Well, have you tired of battle and decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby? It's you. And what is he exactly? A monster? A ghost? Or could he be the real Dark Lord? Dark Lord? Ha! Barbarians remain barbarians, I see, ignorant even of their own ignorance. Letheus of Remuria, am I foremost Harmos of Ovis? You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest in the titles peddled by primitives. You know of this rude fellow, see? I do not deny it, but... Need you be so former, Cassiodor? Do our years of service under our Sebastus, our God King, matter so little to you? Cassiodor. The past is past. I do not know how you, whose soul has long been shattered, have manifested, but it seems that the chaotic symphony is your doing, and none other. Cease. Return the souls of those who have lived in the present, and go back to the shadow beneath the deep waters, to where you belong. This is my final warning to you. Oh? And what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? You will shut your eyes and ears for another millennium. But you have noticed, haven't you? Why, my melody would break its bonds at this time, and affect the present. Why, my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. I was right when I said that that painting of that picture looked like a portal. The power of the sea surges, Cassiodor. The return of Povius is imminent. Phobos. Yeah, indeed. Over these thousands of years, I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. I'm probably saying that name wrong. Keep saying it differently every time because it's funny. The omniscient, oh my god, screw me. Omniscient, enigmatic, the great power is about to finally descend once again. And is this not the wish that we once failed to accomplish? To repeat the past is to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. Is that so? Well, not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times you see before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise above the sea once again, and its light shall shine over the land. Is this because of the primordial sea? Do even barbarians know of its existence nowadays? You're the mistaken one. We should have assimilated into this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets and ancient hate. Whether that Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will is not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. Do you mean to say, then, that we should abandon our honor as Remurians, and degenerate into mere base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate Fortuna once more? Seems that the millennium has not led you to accept Remuria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still. Perhaps it is in our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you, and you betrayed Remuria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of the Sebastus that marks you still. You will always be a Remurian. Remurians have long ceased to exist, save in your delusions. The world of old has passed away. Of course, or so it was meant to be, but now that the border between past and present has faded, if you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontanians you wish to protect, yes, all the Petrichor shall be buried as one. Huh? No way, we won't let that happen. That is not up to you, insolent savage. When the time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered as dust, but your souls will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal resilient bodies, that you may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you have the words of gratitude, I will hear them. You've got to be kidding me. That's not something we'd be thankful for at all, basically turning them into statues. Just like those puppets who danced as you performed. Those pitiable slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. Narrow personal opinions are but refused to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are the ideal form of humanity, adhering unerringly to perfect order. You're absolutely nuts, and despicable too. Despicable? And what would you call that what Cassiodor did to us thousands of years ago, then? By comparison, this is nothing. But patience! We should have a good long talk, but not here, no. We shall speak beneath the deep waves in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassidor. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remurian left with free will, and you have left us for far too long. You must return to us, and listen to the lamentation of anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony, and to the arrangements of Phobos. I will await you in the royal city of Remuria, in Domus Aurea, where the Sebestus piled his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their release. As for you, you are not part of Phobos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune provides favorable, we shall meet again. Approves. Oh yeah. So, as I've been saying in my last videos, looks like ice gets rid of Geo, so we need Changyin for this. I have many ice characters, but he's the only one I have right now in my team. Okay.
Cry loud!
Just like that, his shield is nothing.
One with my blade. Clouds high. The birds come. Submit for judgment. Forth my blood. Wretched vermin.
Well, that'll shut him up. What do we do now, though? If we want to save the souls of the townspeople, we're gonna have to head to the Domus Aurea or whatever that super rude, duper, arrogant guy talked about, right? I like how they changed it to Aria when it was Aria. I guess I did say it right, because it was A-R-E-A, and now it's A-R-I-A. As you might recall, we weren't invited. Since when have we ever needed invitations to crash some bad guy's party? Oh, right, but from what he said, he seems to have known Ose for a long time. Said they worked for the Sebestus or whatever. We need to have a good talk before we go. Cassidor. If you have anything you'd like to ask me this time, I shall tell you all I know. Tell us about Remuria. That's where you and that rude fellow are both from, right, Ose? We've heard that name before. That's true. We heard about Remuria back in the fortress of Meripede. Apparently it was ruled by a god named Remus. The story said Remus rode his big ship around and conquered all of Fontaine, but that's as much as Paimon knows. Very well. The story begins before the court of Fontaine, as you know it was born. The Sebestus Remus founded a nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontanians named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Before it sank, this body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine. Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remuria now? Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is, The people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontanians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone and ichor of blood. With ichor of blood. Well, the Fontanians weren't real people either. If you actually play the main story quest where you save what you would believe to be the Hydra Archon, which is Fusiliers and stuff like that, like, they were not normal humans. They were actually Oceanids that were turned into humans, which is why they turned or disintegrated when they touched the primordial sea. When they touched the primordial seawater, that's why they would disintegrate, because that's what their body or their aka veins and bloods were made of. Instead of having blood in their veins, they had primordial water in their veins. So when they would touch it, that's why they would disintegrate. Like, that's why Farina, she was not really the Hydra Archon, because she's a clone of the Hydra Archon. She's not even the real one, she's just a clone. I still refer to her as the Hydra Archon, though, because there is no more Hydra Archons, and since the old one, Focalor, used her Gnosis to, like, kill herself, basically, she shattered the Hydro throne in Celestia, so no more Hydro gods can be born, like, ever again. That's why I'm saying it, based on that knowledge and that logic, even though Farina was just a clone, I still think of her as the only last remaining Hydro Archon in that regard. But then again, Neoviolette gave away the Hydro Gnosis because he believed that if he kept it, it would bring destruction to his nation, so he gave it away. So, he also retained his original power when she died, when Focalor died. She gave back his power to him because he's a dragon. And I believe the Gnosis was still there, and he gave it away because he felt that he gave it to Lechino. So technically, no one has it. So the Civitas gave us such bodies in the hope that we could escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of symphony and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, meaning the masters of our own destiny. So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely so. I fear that they have long lost their free will, however, becoming mindless slaves, worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that case, why are you a cat? I am a cat, for now. And one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Civitas who gave me new life. We once possessed all of the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Civitas used ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still, the prophesied future did not change. Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that would weave destiny. He believed that through this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine judgment. No. I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same that is what happened. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, now's the time. Tell us about your impudent friend. Right, and he called you Cassiodor or something, right? But aren't you, like, called Aura something? Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have had many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Civitas who separated my soul from the Grand Symphony. A convenient ability indeed. You weren't planning on puppeting one of us at some point, were you? Yeah, because he's a disembodied soul. You can take over any vessel, and it was believed that when his soul got cut free and he was free, he took over the body of that cat. And we had ended up here at that exact moment, which means he could have possessed us. Meow, meow, meow. Whoa, who would have thought such a cute little cat would consider doing something so horrible? Hey, wait a sec. That means that you aren't even a cute kitty in the first place. Well, be that as it may, so be as it may be. You are used to playing the courageous savior, are you not? I too play the role I know well, albeit in an unfamiliar form. But back to Boethius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble heartmost of Romaria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Custom was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of the rising waters from ever occurring again, but evidently Boethius had his own designs. While I and my companions ranged across the sea, struggling mightily to contain the power of the primordial waters, he used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a foul ritual that aimed to restore the shattered symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this end, he did not hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin and plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and Pallades newly born lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had now clearly become a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians, rather. Bitter was the conflict before we were at last able to seal both him and the sea that had devoured our nation. And that is why he names you traitor? I follow the Civitas precisely because he had shown me that golden dream, a land where prejudice and difference were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Romaria sank, no more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Boethius trample over our ideals, or on our ideals, same. I swore upon fate that I would serve as a barrier between past and present, thus did I become the spirit keeper of our ancient land. Guess Mr. Impolite's a pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he's still looking to break out and cause trouble, like Ganondorf from Legend of Zelda. I had thought that even if evil lingering in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes, a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony, and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanates from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all his soul fragments have gathered around one body. If you have anything you'd like to say, now stop. Let's hear about the symphony in Phobos. Where should I even begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven into a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. In that way, to master the symphony is to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. I said that funny. It's Sibylla. The Sebastos who created the symphony poured these golden arrow in my face, poured these melodies into the Insula Incor in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. Insoluble. He overestimated us, I fear, where his deed terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their god and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, the Civitas wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Phobos. But did it not bring what we promised? Or what was promised indeed? You saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sebastos plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all. In eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond, but something went wrong. Besides, the Sebastos himself only said superiors, the Hermosts, could have changed Phobos' melody. And Boethius was once an excellent Hermos. So about the dreamscape I saw. You tell a strange dream you saw before. Ah, yes, those were indeed the memories left by he whom I served, the Civitas, the god of King Remus, though I do not understand how you were able to see them, Sovereign. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface, but that has not happened, yes? Speaking of which, why isn't Esta affected? Is he just, especially gifted? I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, okay? In any case, since you can see things, that means that some fragment of Sebado's will and memory remains in this underwater symphony. Long millennia have I searched, and if you could touch some more of those memories, or these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet Sebadus disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in blood, so where did he go? Or was his passing Remuria's true death knell? Yeah, because he died, that's why it plunged into the sea. That's all I have for now. We can leave the rest for later. Very well, if there's anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me. Guess we're heading to Domus area next, so we can meet that rude guy, right? It's going to be dangerous for sure, but I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its path still, even after all these millennia. Or so I believe. Cat's out of the bag. Just don't let us down when it counts. Cat's out of the bag. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary cat. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong that we're calling you Ose, but your full name is way too long, so... Okay, let's just call you Majoros, then. What do you think? Is it polite enough? A name to me is nothing more than a label. But as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it. Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long. You want me to go through the damn portal, don't you? Duh. After you lit a blank square, you can activate the performance device to begin yeah, I am reading it right. A glorious onstage performance. Yeah, okay. As you are performing, the stage will fire off note billets of different types. If you can collect a certain number of note bubbles during this time, the performance will proceed normally. Oh god. Use the power of the symphony by pressing and unleashing pause sound wave and cause the note bubbles to stop moving, all the better for you to collect them. While you're performing, you might encounter all sorts of unexpected situations. Find a way to conquer these challenges and complete your performance. Once the giant ship Fortuna in the mural reaches its destination, your performance will have reached its perfect conclusion. As the ship in the mural sails along, it will encounter storms during which you must collect note bubbles to deploy a shield and weather the lightning. If the ship is sunk before it can deploy that said shield, the performance will fail as well. Yeah, and I'll get hit. During a storm, the stage will also be subject to unpredictable thunderstrikes. Find a way to avoid them. Complete the performance. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's real fun. I need something that doesn't heal a lot. No. Alright. I need a sword character. No, wait. Nope. Should I get it? They said I could freeze them. I lost one. That is hard. Fail. Yeah. Why would you unload it and oh god. Alright. That's what was supposed to happen. Okay. Okay. Why is it working for me now, but not earlier? 10? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Time to go.
Skara, go up. Skara, I can't when he's not in that state. He's not in the right state. I have to unlet it go, but I can't.
You're dead.
I know. I just needed you to get it. I have to get rid of it. L1 plus square to get rid of it, to give him back his elemental ability. But I can't do that when it's not a thing. Oh boy. That's fast.
Time to go.
15, oh jeez. Just run at him. I got it. That was fun. Ah.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
I actually liked that song, it was interesting. It's kinda hard to watch the ship though when I was also watching shit in front of me. I feel like it's easier to watch somebody play this compared to doing it yourself because it's hard to actually like enjoy what's happening when you are having to watch other shit on the screen at the same time. Damn, his defense dropped somehow. 'Cause that artifact got changed. His defense was over 1,000, but I think 'cause it changed it to elemental mastery. Oh, fuck. Bro, that's just unfair. What will I do with you? That's so cute. He's starting to come along. He's getting more friendly, so it says to pet him often. What, do I enter the painting? I enter the painting. Really now, when you know at the start of this, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. What was that? That's that thing again. I never thought we'd run into it here too. Yeah, it's been following me around. I'm looking for the nucleus if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. There it is, hidden. Hydroculus. Trying to make sure there's not any chests behind me. They like to hide stuff in this game. Particularly in places where you're not looking. So it almost reminds me of that underwater area in Tower of Fantasy. Inners. Whoa, looks just like that glowing fish we saw before. It's because it's imprisoned. There are still weird things tangled around the top nearby. What the heck is going on? Paimon's getting more and more confused. I've heard this voice in a dream before. I can't remember his name anymore, though. Yes, you must have met him in the Sebatus dream, did you not? Scylla, a fellow dragon, who once served the Sebatus. He was subdued and sealed here by Boethius. Eh? Mr. Super Rude subdued an evil dragon? Paimon didn't think he could do something that amazing. Well, Fell Dragon was the name they gave, but it was no more than a bishop that was a teensy bit stronger than normal. After all, no new Hydro Dragon could be born so long as the Mistress of Many Waters hibernated in the deep seas. I never thought that bishops could get this large. Speaking of which, is it Neuvillette? That's right, Neuvillette's the Hydro Dragon, isn't he? That doesn't mean that this guy's way older than even him, does it? A new Dragon of Water has already been born. Then again, it has been a long time since even the former Mistress of Many Waters passed. So much time has passed. In any case, the evil dragon Scylla was once the Sebatus' friend, but he revolted at a critical juncture in the showdown between us Romarians and the Fontanians. At that time, Scylla led the brutal Dragonborn to Machmos, intent on breaching the inner city, Capitolinium, where the Sebatus resided. I've heard people talk about that in town. Machmos. Yeah, the people in town were always talking about some Machmos in a bell tower or something. Correct, Machmos is the outer city of the capital, but should the Fell Dragon wish to enter the inner city, he must pass through the Inani. This is the barrier separating the inner and outer parts of the capital, and the symphony weaved by the Sebatus and the musicians, which covered all of Romaria's past, through the Inani and its golden waterways. Boethius and his legion used this fact to shut down the Inani, thus finally sealing the evil dragon. Something's not right about that story. The dreamscape from before, back then. Scylla should have come and seen Remus before. Perhaps Scylla sought to go before the Sebatus' throne, but such an opportunity is now forever lost. Afterward, the evil dragon sank alongside Romaria, and the Sebatus too was lost, remaining so to this very day. Did you recall something? It all feels a bit muddled. That is true. I only heard tell of events after it had all transpired myself, having not been in the capital when the disaster struck. Then no one knew just what had happened to the Sebatus. I fear that we can only learn more by proceeding further. The large glowing fish that we saw in this castle must be the thoughts that escaped from fissures in Scylla's stony cell. I fear he has already taken notice of our presence, having been sealed here for so long. Now that he's finally sensed outsiders, he will naturally find a way to lure us in. So that's it. Yeah, he's been following us and we've been seeing him outside. He was stalking me in the last video. I was like looking out a window with Kazuha and I was like, quit that. Hang on a minute, you said that the way to Domus Aurea is through those gates or something, but hasn't Boethius shut them already? Doesn't this mean there's no getting through? This will prove quite tricky, yes. There's gotta be a limit to how rude you can be. What's with this "I'll wait for you at the Domus Aurea" mahaha nonsense? when you won't even leave the door open, huh? You know, why don't we find some way to break the seal on the evil dragon and get the former foe he beat to break the door down for us? Did you see that there's something in the background? It's the cat. I'm having a loading error. So he's in front of me, but he's also behind me on the upper left middle of the screen. You can see an orb kind of going up and down with a wave. He's also over there, because that's where he is when the cutscene started. Or whatever you call this, started. Now, how could we do such a thing? I mean, after this is one of Romaria's nemesises. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend, no? That's right. It's been so long. For you all know, he might have decided to turn over a new leaf and be a nice dragon. But he is still a dragon. Oh, come on, so what? Even if he is a dragon, he might be the reasonable kind. So we can talk with. We've got experience in dealing with dragons, don't we? Well, there was that time with Dvalin. We had a little run-in with Ejdaha. We encountered Apap in the desert. We've also met Zhongli, who's supposed to be a dragon, as well as Nebulette, who's also a dragon. Jesus Christ. Well, there was that one time with... I feel like these were all really bad. I feel like Dvalin is weak, Ejdaha was weak, but Apep was like big and glowing. You encountered Apep in the desert. Right. She even went on about wanting to destroy Sumeru. And then we had to defeat the anomalous life forms within her before we managed to get her healthy again. Those examples weren't very convincing, were they? Come on, Ose. No amount of suspicious looks is going to suddenly give us better opinions or options. I know, you're right. Let us give it a try. The seals that bind the evil dragon seem to be connected to 3 locations. Let us begin by removing the chains in those 3 places. Oh, it's like a whole new zone. Symphonia Shine Fine. What's that even mean? Oh, where is this thing? Where are you hiding from me? Don't you hide from me. Don't you ever hide from me. It's not up or down. It's like highlighted as if though it has to be right above my head. Except it's not. Oh, come on. Where are you? Where are you? Come on. Why are you doing it? Where? Please. What the? Oh. Gotcha. Heal me! Are these just decorations, or are these supposed to be something? It has star eyes. I repeat, it has star eyes. Give me your power. Give me your power. You didn't give me your power, did you? Give me. Oh, what the flying fuck? Do I have it or not? I do have it. It just didn't animate. What the fuck? Look at it down there. He's like, over here. Over here, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to do something right now, if you'd be so kind. That's not even the power I want. I like the blade ones better. Give me blade. It's there, it's just not showing up. I think the animation's broken because I'm underwater. Huh? How many? Shit. That was close as all hell. How did I even do that? Determination's how I did it. Let's see. Now there's more of those music things. See, how am I supposed to switch between... Oh, okay, I think I see. I want to get all the waypoints. I feel like that's my focus right now. Hello, talking cat. What? Sway eels in the coral reefs. This sort of eel hides in the deep-sea coral formations and is especially sensitive to musical melodies. When agitated by such, they will poke their heads out. When all of their heads are sticking out, press to unleash and pause and cause them to be unable to duck back in the coral, and then leaving them bopping to the melody constantly. So what, am I supposed to, like, kill them when I do that? That seems messed up. Hello. Oh, there's something hiding amongst the corals. Lure. Hold on. Ancient sea. They're kind of cute, no? They look like creepy snakes. Just... I'm running out of money or doing this. What am I at? Lenny, please come to me. He's like, no. Can't make me. Oh, I'll make you. I'll make you give me whatever I want. You will give it to me. Just fucking rips out his heart. I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? Oh. I don't know why I said that. I really don't know why I said that. Oh my god. Even I surprise myself sometimes. Oh my god. Alright. Hold on. Underwater creatures have achieved a marvelous symbiosis with the conscious left behind it by an ancient civilization, and they constantly play ancient melodies. They seem to come in various colors. You can resonate with the orange washer, okay, by pressing to unleash a shine wave. You cannot do so with the blue ones. You must be interacted with by other means. They must be, or who must be. What, I have to hit it? Mysterious life form in the deep sea that consumes mystical energies. Yellow chromatic anemones next to it are actually the organ by which it receives music. Hold to unleash the sound wave to change the direction it's facing. Okay. Can receive musical play by the washer when... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have killed it. Alright, I'll try it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Sound waves. Should I hit him? Hold on. No, wait. No, no. No. I said I needed to... Hold on. There I go. No, wait, hold it. No, wait, hold it. Let it rotate around. There. Should I hit him? He has to be activated by other means, they said. Hold on a minute. I need him to... Hold on, no. He has to react to it. They said you hit him by other means. They must be interacted by other means, and it doesn't even tell you. What if I turn the flower towards him? Though I don't know why that wouldn't do anything. Hold on. Yeah. Simple. No, you don't. Now, because of a no. You. Don't you run? Don't you run, coward? Forget. What the shit? Kazuo is much too weak for that. Can't do that. Can't do that, piece of shit. Like, what did he ever do to you? Oh my god. Kill my boy like that. Alright, let's go down and see if I can get this point. What in God's name is that? Is it one of those fish that live deep that have the bubble that draw other fish to him? I probably can't let him see me. Shit. Oh god. Oh freaking god. Oh god. Looking for that Hydroculus. I don't see it. Yeah, I know you're guiding me, but hold on. This place is so big. Like, look at all of this I have to fill out. Give me a damn break. Chill the hell out, okay? Damn world wasn't built in a day. This reminds me of Innis in they say it's Innis, but it's spelled like Inners. Like I-N-N-A-R-S. In Tower of Fantasy. It's an underwater zone, but it lags so fucking bad. That's why I never go there. There you are. Get in the crack. It's coming. He be running around, he don't. HP instead. They just love to keep changing what he gets. I swear I had his defense at 1,000 before. It almost matched his life and I was really happy with it, and then when I upgraded it, it fucked up the stat and dropped his defense by like what feels like, if it went from like 1,000 something to like 800, I want to say it dropped by almost close to like 200 or something, close to 300, because I can't remember, it was 1,000 something. It was like 1,000, was it like 1,018 or something like that? Like, what the fuck? Hold on, let's read about it. The Arc Anglerfish, that's what it's called, anglerfish. The long-destroyed ancient civilization raised these memetic devices for some unknown purpose. Their mouths contain some unknown valuable treasure. Ah, I see it now. When the sensors on their head discover something amiss, their mouths will close tightly. If you wish to obtain the treasure, you should sneak up on them and press to unleash a sound wave to force them to stop moving before grabbing your reward. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get right on that. Kazuo is a sneaky little master. God. Go, go. Swim. Can I go up? Alright. Oh. Hope it didn't see me just then. No, I don't think it saw me. I like underwater zones in games like this. They're like relaxing and you don't really feel pressured to like do anything. You just like swim around and look at shit. It's all I can do right now to try to relax myself, because, reasons. Let's see here. I like how they just let me do this. Yes, throw your bubbles in my face. I won't even move, bro. Man, this zone is so big. How am I gonna... Look at this. So, where is it now? I see it on the map, the hydroculus. I'm trying to collect them because I need them. My statue for Farina, or Fossilars rather, it's only level 8 out of 10. All of my other god statues are completely max except for hers. I can't do it. I'm an idiot. No, I'm just having a hard time finding them, and I think that's why they opened up this whole new zone to help people get more. I don't know, I feel like I'm right over it, and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, or, no, that's a rock. I see one down there, but I don't know if that's the one I'm trying to get, because the one I'm trying to get is up above me. No, it's not. It's a different one. Yeah, it's a different one. Because it's the same color as these rocks, so when I see something glowing blue, I think it's it, and it's not. It's the rocks. Damn barrel conscious. There it is. Doing a requiem from our dream swim here. Requiem for a dream is where the camera spins. There's a grave here. In his life, he was Decimus, a humble slave. Today, he is no different from the exalted Hermos, sunk into the bottom of the seafloor. This music's chill. I might record some of it later and upload it later, because it's pretty chill. It's relaxing. And then when the characters are underwater, they don't fucking talk. Sometimes I let them sit, and I have to like put them in a pose in photo mode when I record music in the game, because if you don't, they will constantly talk. I'm trying to make his artifacts similar, equal. So 10, 9, 6, 12. So 12, 6, 10, 13, 12. These other ones are still behind. This one's super behind. I should probably work on that. See, now his defense is back at 1060. Watch me upgrade it and watch it fuck it up and lower it again. Oh my god. Like, no defense for you. Yeah, actual literal. Come here, you whale. Scylla? I heard it, but I don't see it. I mean, he's up there, but he's also swimming around me. I'm gonna be attacked. No, you don't, freak. Ooh. I am so lucky I got Kazuha though. It's just, I also wanted Lenny a long time ago too, but the way my game is, once I get one 5-star, it takes me almost like half a year to get another one. I'm not even fucking kidding. It takes me like, I want to say 5 to 6 months before I'm able to get another one. Look, I'm gonna try to get Lenny, but it's all up to chance, really. There's a domain under here, or not a domain, a, what do you call them, Shrine of the Depths? Do I have a key? I don't. Well, let me mark it so that I know.